Let's see how far we can push 3D editing without downloading Blender. We're talking a fully animated 3D scene with character motion using AI tools that most people haven't even touched yet. We are going to build something practically as if we're being paid $1,000 for this edit. So let's build a 3D city. Really, if your attention span doesn't flatline halfway through this short video, you will be able to recreate something like this.
September 18th, Peter Cosgrove was getting questioned by the police.
We're going to head over to Meshy.ai. When you sign up, you'll get 100 free credits a month. Another super solid one is Hyper3D.ai. The lighting and textures in this are insane. You can use whatever website you want. They all do the same thing and are very similar. I'm using Meshy because they gave me some credits. As you can see, I've generated a few pictures of buildings. Simply drag and drop it in and click generate. It's going to give us 4 options to choose from. We can select the one that looks the most accurate. After a couple seconds, we can select download. And if you're going to use DaVinci Resolve, select USDZ file. As you can see, I've generated more images for my characters. Once we drag them in, hit generate, and Meshy gives us our models, we can hit rig and then animate them running. And as you can see, there's a lot of things we can make our character do. You can use the search bar to speed up your process. Again, we're going to select download and then download as a USDZ. And one thing I noticed, if I use ChatGPT to generate me a hyper detailed prompt and I use the text to 3D option, it will give me a lot more detailed looking models. Most viewers left by now, off watching YouTube shorts wondering why no one texts them back. But you stayed, and I put together a package of my favorite editing assets below, including more of my favorite sound effects, music, and assets I used in this video. Now let's open up DaVinci Resolve and build this city. We're going to start by dragging in a Fusion composition clip. Head to the Fusion tab, hit Shift Space. We're going to add in a U render node, a U merge node, and a U camera node. Once they're all connected like this, we're going to add in another U merge node. We're going to connect our 3D assets to this one so that we don't blow up our computer by sending everything through the render node. We're going to add in a U shape node, and then we're going to click this little white dot, change it to a cube, click this check mark, then we're going to drag up the depth and the width. This is going to act as a road. We can then select material, texture, and then add in whatever PNG you want. This is just a picture of concrete. And as you can see, it applied it to our shape. We're going to connect it to a transform node and then connect it to our merge and scale it up using the transform node. Now, as you can see, I'm dragging in all of my USD assets of buildings I generated. And I'm simply going to connect a U transform to every one of them. I'm going to select the first one and connect it to the U merge node. Select the transform node and scale it all the way up, and then position it where I want it to be. I'm going to do this with the rest of the buildings. I'm going to add in 2 more duplicates, connect them to the U merge node, and I'm going to rotate them so that they look like different buildings. Now I'm dragging in the cop car, connecting it to a U transfer, and scaling it up, and then positioning it where I want it to be. And here's another car I generated. Now we can drag in our characters and position them where we want them to be, using the same process. Now I'm going to disconnect our merge node from the render node and connect our other merge node to this one. I'm going to select the white dot on this merge node and add in our lighting. But for it to work, we have to select the render node and select lighting as scene. I'm going to hit Shift Space and add in a U disk light. I'm going to hit transform and rotate it so it's facing straight down on our characters. And then I'm going to connect it to the merge node. I'm going to add in another U disk light and face it towards the building. I'm going to hit Control and select the light to red. And I'm going to turn up the exposure and connect that to the merge node. I'm going to do the same thing and face it on the other building and change the color to blue. I'm going to add in another disk light and direct it towards the car in front of them. Now it's time to connect this merge node back to the render node, and make sure you hit this split screen button so that we can see the angle of our camera. We can simply select our camera and drag it up and back. Make sure we're on the first frame, select our camera, keyframe all of these positions, go to the last frame, and push our camera forward. Now we can hit the spline, select all these boxes, and smooth everything out by selecting it all and pressing S. Now we can go back to the first frame, tilt our camera up, go to the frame about halfway through the clip, and angle the camera back down. Come back to the spline and smooth that out as well. We can then click the render node, click settings, and turn on motion blur. And we can up the quality of it if you want. Now we're going to drag an adjustment clip over top of this, add on a radial blur and turn it down, add on an edge detect, select this box, turn up the blur, the edge width, and then turn down the brightness.